Welcome back, students. Now this is the last part of Public Budget Deficit and FRBM Act 2003, and in this part I am going to discuss concepts of deficit and FRBM Act. So let us start with concepts of deficit. When the government expenditure exceeds revenue, the government has a deficit in the budget. The important types of deficits are: 1. Revenue deficit. Revenue deficit arises when revenue expenditure exceeds revenue receipts. The revenue receipts come from both direct and indirect taxes as well as non-tax sources. Second, budgetary deficit. It is the difference between all the receipts and expenditure of the government, both revenue and capital. This difference is made by net addition to the treasury bills issued by RBI and drawing down of cash balances kept with RBI. This is called deficit financing by the government of India. Fiscal deficit. It is the excess of total government expenditure over revenue receipts and non-borrowing capital receipts like recovery of loans, sales proceeds from disinvested government's assets. Next, primary deficit. Primary deficit is obtained by deducting interest payment from the fiscal deficit. Next, monetized deficit. It is the sum of net increase in holdings of treasury bills of the RBI and its contributions to the market borrowing of the government. Next, effective revenue deficit. It is equal to the revenue deficit minus grants for creation of capital assets. So students, the question can be explain the concepts of deficits. So these points you have to give. Now new point we have to start: Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003. This is the entire full question. So whatever I am telling you, you have to give in your answer. Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Bill was initially introduced in Lok Sabha in December 2000. The bill was referred to Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance. A revised bill was introduced in April 2003. It was passed in Lok Sabha in May 2003 and Rajya Sabha in August 2003. After receiving the assent of the President, it became an act in August 2003. The act became effective from 5th July 2004. Now, what are the features of FRBM Act, Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003? The first feature is central government has to take appropriate measures to eliminate the revenue deficit and fiscal deficit and build up adequate revenue surplus. Second, borrowing from RBI. The central government shall not borrow from RBI. However, the central government may borrow from RBI by the way of advances to meet temporary excess of cash disbursement over cash receipts during the financial year in accordance with the agreement which may be entered into by government with RBI. Next, measures fiscal transparency. Central government shall take suitable measures to ensure greater transparency in its fiscal operations. The central government should disclose significant changes in accounting standards, policies, and practices affecting or likely to affect the computation of prescribed fiscal indicators. Next, measures to enforce compliance of rules. The finance minister shall review every quarter the trends in receipts and expenditures in relation to budget and place before both the houses of parliament. In case of shortfall in revenue or excess of expenditure over the specified levels during any period of financial year, the central government shall proportionately curtail the sums authorized to be paid. The finance minister shall make a statement in both the houses of parliament explaining any deviation in meeting the obligation cast on the central government under this act and the remedial measures the central government propose to take. Now next point is, what are the limitations of FRBM Act? Number 1, target regarding gross fiscal deficit very stringent. The FRBM Act stipulates that by March 31st, 2006, the gross fiscal deficit as a proportion of GDP must be 2%. Next, possible neglect of social sector spending. The most significant portion of spending on social sector takes place on the revenue account. The FRBM Act rules may lead to neglect of social sector. Next, need to increase revenues. Enough attention is not given for increasing tax and non-tax revenue in the FRBM Act. Next, zero primary deficit. The FRBM Act does not have anything to say about primary deficit. Next, non-coverage of state governments. The provision of FRBM Act imposes restrictions on only the central government, the state governments, and the state governments are out of its scope. Next, neglect development needs. Today, the levels of capital expenditure by the government are very low. This capital expenditure increases the efficiency and productivity of private investment and so contribute to the development of the country. If the gross fiscal deficit is reduced to 2% of GDP as per the requirement of FRBM Act, it is the capital expenditure which will be sacrificed and affects the further development of the country. So these are the limitations of FRBM Act. Students, the question can be, explain the FRBM Act. So here you have to give these all points and concepts of deficit, all the 6 types of deficit. So 2 questions are there. Explain the concepts of deficit and explain FRBM Act. Both things are important in this topic. Thank you very much.